crowded room, too steady, too composed. I always fell for wildfire hearts, the kind that burn and go. You didn't chase, you didn't boast, didn't try to steal the scene. Just stood there like you knew exactly what I need. I told my friends it's nothing, just someone passing through. But nothing doesn't linger like the way you do. You didn't flip my world at first, you slowly rearranged it. You were not my type, not the rush, not the fight, not the reckless kind of love that keeps me up all night. But you feel like right in a way I can't deny. I never saw you coming, now I don't know how I ever called you not my type. You remember what I say, not just what I wear. You ask about my restless dreams like you plan to meet me there. No grand dramatic entrance, no dangerous appeal, just a steady kind of magic that feels too good to be real. I used to crave the lightning, now I crave the calm. The way you hold my chaos like it belongs. You didn't steal my breath away, you taught it how to stay. You were not my type, not the flame, not the spark, but somehow you're the only one who lights up every dark. You feel like home, but better than I knew. I never saw you coming, now I only see you. Baby, I confused intensity with what was meant for me. Maybe love was never loud, just honest and steady. I was looking for a storm, you were the sky. You were not my type, not the chaos, not the climb. But you're the one who changed my definition every time. You feel like right, like something overdue. I never saw you coming, now I can't imagine not loving you. Guess I was wrong about my type. You walked in and nothing moved, but everything shifted. It wasn't lightning in the dark, no thunder at the door, just a quiet kind of certainty, like I'd stood here before. Your voice didn't surprise me, your touch didn't feel new. It felt like turning a page I somehow already knew. No racing pulse, no spinning head, just a calm inside my chest, like memory without a place, or a dream I couldn't trace. I've finish each other's thoughts like we rehearse the lines. You say you feel it too, like we've crossed 1,000 times. Not coincidence, not chance, not something new to learn. Just two souls recognizing that a quiet turn. There's no need to rush ahead. We're exactly where we're meant, like gravity without a fall, like answering a call. I've known you before, in the silence of my dreams, in the spaces in between, where nothing's what it seems. Not a stranger, not a spark, but something steady, true. I've known you before, that's why I believe in you. Maybe time is just a line we step across again. Maybe love is circular, not a place that ends. If this is our first hello, why does it feel like home? I've known you before the night we met, before this borrowed moment, before regret. Across whatever distance, across whatever door, I don't have proof, but I'm sure I've known you before, and I found you again. You say I should slow down, take my time, think it through. You say love's a fragile thing that careful hearts don't lose, but I've been careful all my life. I've measured every move, and I'm tired of standing still, afraid of what is true. You look at me like fire, like I'm about to fall, but maybe falling's better than never feeling it at all. I don't want another almost, I don't want another maybe. I'm not playing it safe, not this time, not with you. If my heart's gonna break, let it break wide open too. I don't want half the chance, I don't want halfway love. If we're jumping, we jump, no parachute above. I'm not playing it safe, I'm playing for real. I watched love slip through my hands because I held too tight. I've seen what fear can do to something that felt right. But when you touch my skin, there's no calculation there. Just instinct, just desire, just something rare. You don't have to promise me that this won't end in flames. I'd rather burn beside you than freeze inside a cage. No more waiting on the edge, no more hiding in my head. I'm not playing it safe, not with something couldn't stand you. First day that we met, you corrected what I said. With that smug half smile, confidence in your head, you rolled your eyes. I crossed my arms. We turned disagreement into a kind of sport. Every word a little spark, every look a tiny war. I told myself avoid him, but I kept walking to your door. We were fire and gasoline, pretending it was rivalry. You were the worst, so sure, so self-assured. I swore I'd never fall for you. That's what I was certain of. You were the last person I would trust. Now you're the only one I can't get enough of. You were the worst until you weren't. Late nights arguing turned into laughing. Somewhere in the middle, the tension started shifting. You saw through my defenses, called me out clean, said you don't hate me, you just hate what you feel. And I should have walked away, but instead I stayed. And every clever comeback started to fade. Somewhere between the fight and that first quiet night, you were the worst, always in my way. But somehow every road kept leading me your way. You were the storm, I tried to outrun. Now you're the only calm I've ever wanted from. You were the worst until you weren't. Maybe sparks don't always glow. Maybe sometimes they explode. Maybe love's just tension looking for a home. I never meant to fall, but I did. You were the worst, the one I swore I'd fight. Now you're the reason every wrong feels right. You were the last thing I thought I'd need. Now you're the only one who really sees me. You were the worst, and now you're mine. Still kind of annoying, but mine. I got used to the quiet after you were gone. The house stopped echoing. I stopped believing like a song. I folded up the future we never got to see. packed it in a box, marked what it used to be. I told myself that love was something I outgrew, that I was safer in the silence than reaching for something new. Then you knocked without a sound and slowly sat me down. After the quiet, let me feel it. After the quiet, after the pain, after I learned to live inside the rain, you stayed steady, you didn't deny it, and slowly brought the but it means remembering and still beginning. After the quiet, after the fall, after I build my careful walls, you didn't break them, you stood beside them until I afraid anymore. Wasn't ready for your face in the rain. Crowded street, traffic lights, everything moving the same. Then time just split in two, between before and you. Coat was darker, your eyes the same. Like every mile we traveled hadn't changed your name. We said, how have you been, like strangers would, but nothing about this felt misunderstood. Rain falling harder now, said you almost called me more times than you admit. I said I almost answered calls that never hit. Different cities, different lives, different people by our sides, but standing there, it felt undone, like we'd only just begun. The past was standing in my chest, asking what we do with this. When the sky broke open and you said my name, like it never left your lips, like nothing changed. All the careful walls I built started washing thin with every drop of rain. We were breathing in. Didn't move away. When the sky broke open and we stopped pretending that just a memory, conveniently ending. All the distance, all the pride fell away with the night. We were never really over, just out of sight. When the sky broke open, so did we, and I'm not running this time. Saw lights flicker on an empty street. Your shadow dances close to mine. The night was quiet, holding secrets, like a promise written out of time. You spoke in careful constellations, words like fireflies in the air. Every pause a quiet question, every glance a silent prayer. I didn't know where hearts could wander when silence starts to sing. But something in the way you breathed my name made fragile moments real. Our paper land and hearts were glowing, floating high above the dark. Every fragile dream was showing, every trembling little spark. And though the wind kept softly blowing, trying hard tracing little circles, like you feared the dawn's goodbyes. And I was learning how forever can begin in borrowed time, when your fingers found my heartbeat. Maybe love is just a moment, standing brave against the night. Maybe hope is something fragile, still refusing to lose its light. Soft lights fading down the street, your shadow resting close to mine. Somewhere in the silent distance, our small forever still survives. Harbor lights were trembling across the quiet bay, like fragile thoughts between us with too much left to say. Your jacket on my shoulders, your breath against the cold. The city felt like a story only we were told. Every wave kept whispering secrets in the tide, and somewhere in the silence I felt your heart collide. We made a glass harbor promise, shining under silver skies. Every fragile word between us reflected in your eyes. And though the night was restless and the stars could drift away, like shadows on the sea, but every beating moment was pulling you to me. We made a glass harbor promise, shining under silver skies. Every fragile word between us reflected in your eyes. And though the night was restless and the stars could drift away, still our glass harbor promise found a light that chose to stay. Maybe love is like the ocean, always deeper than it seems, carrying our fragile wishes through the tides of hidden dreams. Our glass harbor promise lingers like a lantern in the blue. Every restless wave remembers how the night began with you. And even if the morning tries to wash the stars away, still our glass harbor promise finds another dawn to stay. The harbor lights are fading, but the tide still softly moves somewhere in that quiet water. Our promise still proves a quiet room, a trembling light, your silhouette against the blue. The night was holding every breath like it already knew. You spoke my name so carefully, like something made of glass. Every second felt suspended as the world kept drifting past. And in that fragile moment, when our guarded words fell through, I felt the quiet gravity that kept pulling me to you. It's porcelain gravity between us, soft but stronger than the dark. Every silent glance can reach us, every beat becomes a spark. And though we try to keep our distance, and though we drift and fall apart, still porcelain gravity pulls my heart. The city hummed in neon colors, cars like rivers in the night, but all the noise around us faded in your quiet satellite. You brushed a strand behind my ear, like time was standing still, and every fragile hesitation started bending to your will. It's porcelain gravity between us, soft but stronger than the dark. Every silent glance can reach us, every beat becomes a spark. that the night is lingering somewhere in your gentle orbit. My forever starts to spin. The boulevard was shining after rain and fading light. Neon halos on the pavement, turning darkness soft and bright. You stood beside the traffic like a scene I dreamed before. Every passing headlight flickered through the shadow of your door. I tried to hide the trembling in the quiet of my smile, but something in your silence held the universe a while. There's a silver thread horizon running soft as every vow we knew, far beyond the waking daylight. That horizon holds you too. Quiet of the room, a faded song from somewhere, like a memory in bloom. Your voice came through the distance, soft as midnight air, like signals crossing oceans, just to find me waiting there. Every word you whispered cut through my every lonely road to you. Is that it between two stars tonight? But I can hear your heart so clear across the miles of silent sky. Your voice is always near, though galaxies keep turning slow, and time drifts far apart, still through the static of the night. You're singing to my heart. Streetlights trace the window like a constellation line. I traced your name in shadows while the city blurred in time. Somewhere in the darkness, your laughter found its way, like a light across the distance that refused to fade away. The static between two stars tonight, but I can hear your heart so clear across the miles of silent sky. Your voice is always near, though galaxies keep turning slow, and time drifts far apart, still through the static of the night. You're singing to my heart. Maybe love is just a signal traveling through endless space, a fragile little frequency no silence can erase. The static between two stars tonight, but the signal's growing strong. Every lonely mile between us feels a little less alone. And when the dawn begins to rise and pulls apart the dark, I'll still be hearing you tonight, inside my beating heart. The radio keeps glowing, soft beside the dawn, and somewhere through the fading noise, your quiet love lives on. Ooh. streetlights drew reflections like a painting out of you. You stood beneath the awning with the night inside your eyes. Every passing car light flickered like 1,000 small goodbyes. But when you reached to hold me, the world began to slow, like time had lost its rhythm just to feel the moment glow. We were lanterns under quiet rain, burning through the gray, two small flames against the wind, refusing to give way. And every drop that touched the ground only made it clear. The darkest skies around us made our little light appear. The city kept on moving like it didn't understand how the universe was shifting in the shelter of your hand. Every breath between us, every fragile smile turned a simple midnight corner into something worth the while. We were lanterns under quiet rain, burning through the gray, two small flames against the wind, refusing to give way. And every drop that touched the ground only made it clear. The darkest skies around us made our little light appear. Maybe love is just a spark the storm can't wash away, a fragile glow that somehow learns to brighten every day. We are lanterns under quiet rain, still glowing through the years. Every storm we wander through will never drown these tears. And though the night may gather clouds across the skies above, the rain will always find the light inside our quiet light. The rain is slowly fading, morning starts to rise, but the lanterns keep on shining in the corners of our lives. A neon halo on the glass, the city breathing slow. Somewhere in the restless dark, a place we used to know. You leaned against the doorway with the midnight in your hair. Every word between our lips was hanging in the air like broken lines of light across a darkened room. Every quiet second let another feeling bloom. see lights like comets sliding through the rain. Your fingers traced a promise neither one could quite explain. Every trembling heartbeat echoed soft and low, like the rhythm of a secret only lonely lovers know. In these fractured halo lines tonight, your shadow finds my own. Through every doubt and empty street, I never walk alone. Though the night can bend the truth and scatter where we start, these fractured halo lines still guide my heart. Maybe love is just a pattern drawn in scattered light. Every broken piece of fate somehow shining right. Through these fractured halo lines tonight, our distant stars align. Every wandering road we take still bends into your sign. And though the dawn may blur the glow and pull the dark apart, these fractured halo lines will hold my heart. Morning paints the skyline soft in shades of blue, but somewhere in the fading light, the night still whispers you. Traffic lights are blinking through the silence of the street. Midnight holds the rhythm of the echo of your feet. Your reflection in the window moves beside my own, like two drifting satellites in a world of chrome and stone. And every passing second feels suspended in the air, like the night itself is listening to the truth we almost share. These amber signals in the dark keep flashing through my mind. Every road that leads away still circles back in time. Though the city never sleeps and strangers drift apart, those amber signals still ignite my heart. The jukebox in the corner breathes a slow electric tune, while the glow of distant headlights paints a silver afternoon. The city hums in midnight blue, a quiet afterglow, a lonely lamp beside my bed, and nowhere left to go. Your number lives in memory, like a melody I know. My fingers hover over it, afraid to let it show. The silence feels electric, like a storm about to start. Every second on the line is echoing my heart. On the sapphire telephone tonight, your voice becomes the light, crossing through the wires and rain to reach me in the night. Though miles may stretch between our worlds like oceans cold and far, your whisper on the sapphire line still finds me where you are. The taxi fades beyond the glass, the night begins to spin, but every lonely passing sound still pulls your memory in. And when the line is ringing like a fragile silver tone, I wonder if your heartbeat feels the echo of my own. On the sapphire telephone tonight, your voice becomes the light, crossing through the wires and rain to reach me in the night. Though miles may stretch between our worlds like oceans cold and far, your whisper on the sapphire line still finds me where you are. Maybe love is just a signal traveling through the blue, a quiet wave of longing, always pointing back to you. On the sapphire telephone tonight, the distance fades away. Every word between our breaths is brighter than the day. And even when the morning comes and pulls the stars apart, your voice upon that sapphire line still lingers in my heart. The dial tone fades to silence, the dawn begins to rise, but somewhere in the quiet air